Hey guys, now in today's video we're taking a look at the Yeedi C12 Combo robot. And this is the first time that we're looking at a robot that not only is it a floor robot that will sweep and vacuum your floor, but it's also the type that comes with a stick vac. And this vac is a mop and vacuum combo, which is going to give you the ability to not just vacuum the floor, but also reach areas of your home that your robotic little guy that's on the floor will never reach. So we're going to go through our tests. We're going to see the robot in action, and we'll go through all the specs. Let's get right to it. Now, the Yeedi C12 is a powerful robot. It has great suction. It's going to be able to lift debris from not only your carpet, your hardwood floors, but it's also going to get into the grooves of your wood and your tile. We've had really good experience with this robot. It has a tangle-free brush, which means that you're not going to have to worry about those fur babies that you have around the house leaving hair behind and it getting caught in the roller and then having to clean the roller. It gets shredded immediately and there is no hair stuck on the roller. I've had robots for quite a long time and it becomes real painful to have to take these things out. You won't have to worry about that here. Now the stick vac is a vacuum and mop combo. It doesn't have any brushes that rotate outside of the brush in front that picks up all of your debris. There's nothing that scrubs the floor except it has in the back a little microfiber towel that gets wet and it basically allows you to pick up something that may be on the floor. But the front roller is going to crunch and it's going to lift up all your debris. And the cool thing about this is that the solution, both the vac, the robot, as well as the stick vac, use the same dustbin. And there's no bag included. It literally sucks up all the debris, puts it into its, I would say, container, and then you can empty that container every 7 weeks. Now, because this is a robot and hand vac combo, it also means that you can get in areas that a traditional robot can't go. So while your robot is doing the floors, getting through carpet, hardwood floor, and tile, your stick vac is going to allow you to do the steps. It's going to be able to do the curtains. It's going to be able to do those areas that you typically can't reach that you can with the actual stick vac. So I like the combination of both. And the cool thing is about the stick vac is that it comes with additional adapters that are stored inside the robot or inside of the actual docking station. And then also you have various power settings that you can invoke by just pressing a button. So let's go ahead and see the robot in action so you see what I'm talking about. All right, now this vacuum is a really interesting combo solution because it also has a stick vac as well as the vacuum itself, the robotic vacuum. The cool thing about this solution is that you'll notice right here, the actual tank that you have for debris, there is no bag with this specific vacuum from Yeedi. So all your debris that gets collected both from the robot and also from the stick vac gets deposited into that container. So it's a bagless solution, which I haven't really seen before. And once you're done with it, you can just push this button right here. This will come out just like this. And then basically you just empty this out. But this is, again, all of the debris gets stored here. So there's no bag, nothing that you would have to worry about or think about refilling or replacing. Pretty much there's nothing else to it except that. Now, the actual stick vac itself does two things for you. It's going to not only vacuum, which is the obvious thing, but it also has a little mopping function as well that you have there on the side that you'll see shortly. Now, all the debris, once you put this in here, not only is it going to empty out the actual container, but it's also going to charge it at the same time. So this is a charging station as well as a debris emptying station. Now, the robot is pretty straightforward, just like all the robots that we've seen lately on the channel. We're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple things right here. First of all, it does have a debris tray there that can be removed, and you'll be able to have access to that. But you don't really need to do that because everything gets sucked out of the robot and you don't have to worry about really emptying that out. That's just kind of like an old school or emergency emptying solution. On this side, you can see you have your two rollers. You have your little brush, which we'll install shortly. And then what you have is your wheels. Now, you do have a tangle-free solution here. And the tangle-free, let me go ahead and pull this out so you can see that. You'll notice here that it has these little teeth here, as the way I could put it. So as this is rotating, any kind of hair, dog hair that gets caught is going to get shredded by this and it's going to go into the system. So you don't have to worry about having to detangle anything on here. Now, charging ports for the robot are here as it backs up. A couple things are going to happen when it backs up also. This is your little dust tray, or actually exhaust. So as it connects, it's going to suck everything out, so you won't have to worry about cleaning that ever again. And pretty much all you do is, the robot's going to do this by itself, right? We'll come back here, we'll dock, and then once it's docking, it would charge and empty itself out. Now on this side, you do have your charging station for the hand vac. This is a pretty cool vac, right? I love the fact that it basically charges and empties once it's in this area right here. You can see the little light flash, and then over here, this little light turns on as well, indicating that it's charging. And then all your components are over here on the side, your brush, your little mop area, everything is all connected. Now the pad underneath the actual stick vac is, I would call it a passive cleaner. So it has a more, I don't want to call it abrasive, but the actual, I would say, fibers here are a little bit tougher than the ones that you feel in the back, and you can see that there's two-tone. So as this is going forward and back, it's kind of helping with the scrubbing. It does have Velcro that attaches it, and it will get moistened. It does hold on to water, and that's going to give you almost kind of like if you're using a Swiffer, one of those Swiffer cleaners, that's the effect it's going to give you. It's not really going to be a scrubber to scrub per se, like some of the other solutions that we've seen. It's more of a passive solution. This gets wet as you're going over it. These two solutions are going to help remove some of the debris. Now, one other thing I wanted to highlight is that it does have a secret compartment for some additional accessories. Check this out. As soon as you open this up here, what you're going to find is a couple other pieces. So you have a cleaning brush, right, combo. So this is going to be great, right, cleaning up after pets and all that other good stuff. And then over here, this is great, like if you're going to use this in your car as well. So this is going to be a good accessory for your car. I can see using this easily on my 3D printers. I'm having to get in the back to be able to pull up some broken filament and some debris. Now the actual robot does have all that debris in it. We're going to see how it picks things up once I push this in. It just sucks it up. Goes into the main compartment. Oh. A second pass. Now if I look at the actual cartridge, it's absolutely empty. Pretty cool. Now one of the tests we're going to go through is actually picking up all this debris that's right there. I have some cereal that's been dropped. We're going to have the robot clean one side, and I'm going to use the stick vac for the other. You do have two settings. And that's the second setting. The vacuum starts vacuuming more powerfully. And you can see how nicely it just does a really nice job of picking everything up. And remember, if I had water in the back area, that back area would also then kind of moisten the floor and pick things up at the same time. And you can see that pretty much it's all covered. It's all done. Then we're going to have to see the robot and see how well it does navigating some obstacles. There's some gym shoes there. Let's see if it makes its way around it or if it crushes it. Oh, and it's pushing the gym shoe aside. All right, so not doing too well with that obstacle. Working its way around it. Made it through. I would have preferred it not to touch it, right? For it to avoid it completely, but we didn't have that. One of the things that you'll notice is that the robot is not the type of robot that guides with its sensors. It is kind of like a touch and feel robot, which is a little bit different than the ones that we reviewed on the channel. We'll see how it does as it gets to the shoe. And it's going to snake its way around the shoe, but it's definitely tapping it and not avoiding it completely. All right, it's doing its best around it. Okay. But it's doing really nice as it's getting really close to the edge of the wall. All right, so there it goes back. Let's see what it does, how it survives this. The thing is, it didn't plow right through it. It's working away around it. And it's going to keep on going. And now it's going to come forward. We're going to see it may grab a portion of the cereal. And it did. Picked it up really nicely. And as it maps its way back, we'll see how that goes. All right, here it goes again. And yeah, I picked it up. That was really, really good. So it did a really good pass right there. You could also see on the app itself that the app is tracking all the activity. So there it goes for the next pass. Sweet. Gone. Nothing left. It's going to turn around and it'll do the same thing again.
And here you go. You can see that again as it's going through. So it shows that real time. It does really a nice job of mapping out your home. All right, so that was pretty interesting. So it's not quiet. Vacuuming is loud, but it does two passes. And I noticed that it does two passes on the stick vac and also does two passes on the robot. Let's take a look at what the tray looks like now, the dustbin, just to see how much is captured. So now this is everything that it's picked up. So you can see there's some 3D printed material there that I picked up from my 3D printers as I was cleaning them earlier. And then obviously all the cereal that went up. Nothing comes out of this, which is really nice. So when I took it out, I didn't feel any debris jump out in any way. So let me show you how this opens right here. So you open it up and then this drawer opens and you're able to remove all the debris.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next one.